So at one point in 2017, you made waves when you posted a picture of a UPS vest that said seasonal helper, and you basically said music was your only plan, but when unforeseen circumstances happen, you got to do what you got to do. Then you went
Yeah.
live and clarified what the post meant, right? So
Yeah.
what happened exactly?
Well, I left at the height of my career. I left Aftermath. Like I said, the phone stopped ringing. In Atlanta, a lot of the guys that I know out there, they were already clicked up. They were already, running with their teams. So I wasn't really assimilating out there, and I wasn't gelled in with anybody. So I I got married in 2010, and I couldn't show my now ex-wife, I couldn't show her then that I was just going to sit on the couch and wait for, money and opportunities to show up at my front door. I didn't want her to worry, and I didn't really know what to do at the moment, but I just knew I couldn't sit on the couch. So I jumped up and I got a job. I got a couple of jobs. I was doing some home remodeling with a friend of mine for a while. And then I did that UPS thing just so I can, like, if it did come down to it and I did have to uh, get a 9 to 5, I just had to get back into it. And the funny thing about it is, I work with two of the greatest bosses ever. And, my boss in the home remodeling and the people that I was working with at UPS, they all were like, why are you here? Go back and make music. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be making music. They always would let me leave early and go back home and make music every time. And because of them, I went back, and it's been amazing.
So it was an inspirational post talking about where you came from. It and people took it the wrong way, basically thinking that in 2017 you were getting a UPS job at that time, basically.
No, they were looking at it the way they chose to look at it, because instead of reading it, because just like you did, you read the comment,
Right.
right? The first thing they wanted to do was make it to where Dre was a bad guy.
Right.
Dre has him over there, he's broke and he's blah blah blah. No, I just don't want to sit around and be lazy. I got a job. And the funny thing about it is, when I put that out, I was sitting right next to Dre when I saw that it went viral. I've never gone viral in my career. I went viral. And I'm sitting next to Dre and I'm like, bro, I didn't mean this in any. He was like, I know that, man. I know that. He was like, you just got to be careful of how you put things out, because no matter how you think you're speaking proper English, they're going to take what they can take from it and spin it.
Mm.
And from that point on, like, I was just like, you know what? I need to be more private with my private life. Like, this was really a shout out. If you look at the whole comment, it was a shout out to my bosses. It was a shout out to the experience and the fact that, you know, from the ashes comes the phoenix. You know what I'm saying? And I was in my phoenix mode. So that's really what it was.
Right, because you were saying that like people never covered you, people never interviewed you or anything, but then all of a sudden they decided to do that. Like you were saying, like Vlad and all these other people were doing
Yeah.
that.
My name was I was trending on Twitter. I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was for negative. It was something I never even said. I never said anything negative. Never said I was broke. Never said I just said I was working and doing seasonal work over there. And they ran with it.
And it's crazy because you were saying how much those jobs actually taught you about yourself, right? Do you feel
Yes,
like at
sir.
that time you were searching for your identity again and you kind of just went through this journey?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I was looking for the part of me that has to be a provider no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The part of me that if it all falls apart, if it all falls down, can I get up? Will I get up? How can I get up? And what am I willing to do, um, within the hope and faith and belief system of my family and everything. Like I really had to test my own fabric, and it showed me what I was willing to do. That was the most humbling experience of my life. Because what if when I went into the interview process, there was a bunch of people in there. What if somebody was like, "Dude, you're focused from Aftermath. I can't believe you're here," and this and that, and it could have been that. I didn't care. The only thing that was at the forefront of my mind was my family and making sure that they knew Dad's going to do whatever he has to do to make sure that we're okay, and he's
Right.
willing to do this. You know what I'm saying? And it really did show the direct fabric that I'm cut from. My dad was a great provider. He was a great provider, and he would work his ass off. And I was just not going to sit around and wait for shit to happen for me at all.
And I think that that was a good lesson for people trying to go into a field that is unorthodox, right? Because like when you punch the clock and you get paid hourly, you're seeing the fruits of that labor kind of like add up immediately. But when you're a producer or something like that, you give the beat, they may not use it. You know, like there's a lot of different things that go into it, and success is just not always a straight shot up. It's not keep on going. You know, there's going to be
Oh, it
ups
never
and
is.
downs.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to
Yeah.
be different
Yeah.
things like that. And I think that, you know, your story helps show people that just because you might be at a downtime doesn't mean that you can't rise again, right? It doesn't mean you can't,
Yes,
in
sir.
the end, be
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.